Good morning, Year 6. So today we are finding a missing term in a linear sequence. But before we start that, we're going to do another emoji maths problem. So the first line says sweet add sweet equals 36. The second line is an ice cream, I think, add a sweet equals 30. We've then got a cake, add the ice cream, add the cake equals 20. And then use all of your knowledge from those three lines to try and work out that final total. Look really carefully at that bottom line. Look carefully at the number of emojis and at the operations that you need to do as well. Okay, the answers for the emoji maths are about to come onto your screen, so if you're not ready for the answers just yet, then pause now. Okay, so to be successful today, you need to work out what the linear sequence is either increasing or decreasing by, and then you need to find the missing terms, which means the missing values in that sequence. So there will be lots of empty box problems today, and you need to find those missing values. Okay, so the examples that we've got then, we've got a sequence that starts off 13, 17, then we've got a gap, and then it's 25, and then two more gaps after that. So we need to look at the information that we do know. So we know the first two numbers in the sequence are 13 and then 17. So if you think about 13 and 17, there's a difference there of 4, and it's an increase of 4 because we're going up. Okay, so to work out those missing numbers, we then need to add 4 onto the 17, which gives us 21. We then need to add on 4 onto 25, which gives us 29, and then add a 4 onto 29 to give us 33. Okay, so the next sequence is a little bit different. So it goes 36, something, 46, something, 56, something. Now this one is a little bit trickier because there are not two terms together that we already know. There's lots of gaps in here in different places. So we need to work out the difference, so the gap between two terms that we do know. So I'm going to figure out the gap between 36 and 46. So I know that's an increase of 10. Now because we've jumped over a number, that then means we need to half it. So half of 10 is 5, which means that the increase each time would be 5. So 36 add 5 would be 41. The next number is then 46. 46 add 5 is 51. 56 add 5 is 61. So now let's go on to the next slide. Okay, so let's do another practice one together. So the first sequence is 11, 18, something, 32, something, something. So just like the last slide, work out what the difference is between the first two terms in the sequence. You can then use that to help you to figure out the missing terms in the first sequence. Okay, so let's look at the second one together now. Now this one's a little bit different because we don't know the difference of two of those terms because we've got 25 something, 31 something, 37 something. So what we need to do is we need to work out the difference between the first term and the third term, or the difference between the third term and the fifth term. Once you've found that difference, you then need to half it. So then you know what the difference is between two terms. Okay, so once you've halved it, that is the difference. You can then add that difference onto 25 to get your second term. You can add that difference onto 31 to get your fourth term, and you can add the difference onto 37 to get your sixth term. There are 5 do-it questions today, so 5 different sequences, and in each sequence you need to work out the missing terms. Okay, if you need to go back and look at the previous slides to help you, that's absolutely fine. So for your twist it, Coco has part of a linear sequence. She knows that the second term is 4 and that the third term is 9. So she is missing the first term, the fourth term and the fifth term. Now she thinks those missing terms are 1, 16 and 25. Your job is to explain why she is incorrect. So the original numbers are 4 and 9. Think about what the difference is between those numbers and use that to help you figure out what the sequence should be. Our DYU today is a missing number problem. So there are 3 sequences and there are 10 digits that you have to choose from. So you've got the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And you can use each of those digits once each time to complete those 3 sequences. The answers for today's Do It, Twist It and DYU questions are about to come onto the screen, so if you're not ready, please pause now. Super maths work today, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. See you then.